from the second semi-final, second division, as they come to hand today. Right, there goes the bounce, and Austin went up, tried to get the knockdown. It comes down in the direction of Kelly. He couldn't break away. The umpire's blown the whistle and given Kelly the free kick. So Kelly putting Preston into attack against the wind, up towards that centre forward zone, and a good mark taken high. It looked like Darryl McGaw. Or is it Hallis, the full forward, who came out? The forecast for today, fine, mild and becoming cloudy, and the current temperature is 17 degrees. So Preston very quick to attack as Hallis lines them up from about 25 metres out. They've only been playing a minute in the game as he puts it on its way, and it's right through the middle, and a big lift, no doubt, Rex Hunt to the Preston side so early.
Dragging it around towards that right forward pocket. A lot of juggling going on, and Hallis could have been the player to pull in the mark. Hallis went up, juggled, and it's a clear mark according to the umpire. And lacing the Pumas there is Hallis before he goes back to take the kick. Well, Hallis has already kicked one goal.
Love to have a look at that one later on, Phil, because I had the glasses right on and it looked very doubtful to me.
He took 2 bites at it, Rob.
Yes, I'd agree with that.
Got it the second time as he went down, but he's coming in on an angle. And Preston applying the pressure, kicking against the wind, although that wind is shielded once they get down past the half-forward line to that end. On its way, and it'll be through for another goal. That's 2 goals straight up to Preston.
But coming out, I thought taking the mark was Plowman. He's interfered with there, that Coburg player, and he'll take the mark. And it looks like Laidler can line up from around about 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Number 10, Plowman, lined up on Serafini there, and Towan, number 20 for Preston, picking up the forward pocket ruckman, and Laidler lines it up. And he's got a chance to put Coburg back into the game with a pretty decent sort of a kick. It looks like it's going through, and there's the answering goal to Cuts.
Eade, who gets the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Bird is there. He's a great try for Coburg. You drop in... yes, it's Shaw who's going to take the kick, the captain and coach of Preston. Just short of the centre half forward mark. Kicking into a breeze, only a slight breeze, although it has freshened in the last 5 minutes. Sets the ball up high. Big men set themselves, up they go. And what a mark to McGaw, I would say. No, it's McCann actually. McCann and McGaw, both high flyers for the Preston side. McCann would be on... Let's have a look at it again. Oh, McCann going up, putting his foot into the back of his opponent, but getting a nice ride. It's all legal. There's the kick towards goal, and the umpire says full points and another goal to the Bull Ants.
Comes back in the direction of Halsall. Halsall now right on that VFA zone, will left-footed across towards centre half forward, and a mark that's been taken by Dalglish. Dalglish goes for Cleary. Cleary might get caught, gets his kick in on its way, and it'll be through for a goal. Of Mick Laidler. So Laidler now with his kick from centre half forward. Serafini stands his ground, can't quite hold the mark. It comes back to be touched by one hand. Herbert picks it up. Can he get away? A push in the back. Herbert gets the through. Actually, it was down near the small of the back. And he gets ready from 12 metres out of the Fitzroy Street end of the ground. Coburg trailing 2-1 to Preston's 3-4. Moves in, and it's through the middle for another goal to Coburg.
Who'll take it now? It's Preston. They'll go forward through Olsen, gets it across to Dintila Santo, and there's Kelly all by himself, running down towards the goal now. Now he'll go for a handball across to his full forward coming out in. Hallis turns round, goes one way, then the other. There's the kick in towards goal, right over the head of the umpire, and that's a major right on the siren to Preston.
Righto, well, at half-time, the scores are reading. Preston, 4 goals, 5, and Coburg, 3-1.
Mainly due to a couple of their players. And Hallis is a very dangerous player at full forward, and they've really done nothing to curb his brilliance at the moment. Shaw's played fairly well. He's got himself in the centre at the moment, and Dintinazanti and Kelly, the two rovers, they're the ones who are really doing a lot of the damage at the moment. And Coburg have not done anything about trying to curb those players. They're coming deep into the back line and then running the ball out with good handball and good foot passing. So Coburg's small men are going to have to lift their game if they want to get back into the game.
Scouting around the pack is this player in Sheldon. Umpire blows the whistle, says it was high tackle, and it'll be Bucks to take the free. So Bucks now with the left foot in towards that centre forward zone. A little bit of pushing and shoving going on against Douglas, but the mark has been taken by Hallis. Shane Hallis, well within scoring range, 30 metres out from goal, and he's kicked 3-1 so far. They're starting to work their way on top well, Preston. They're 11 points up, and this could make it 17. As he puts it on its way, Hallis, and he's right through the middle, a very accurate kick.
Preston doing it pretty well at the moment as Kelly goes towards the half-forward flank. Up over the top there was Brine. Chipping in nicely as McCann for Preston, and there's the result. They're on fire, Preston, at the moment. Doing it on the bit there as McCann kicks his second goal.
Sheldon now with a hand pass to Collins. Collins of Coburg, who's come on the ground since quarter time, gets it up in the direction of Freeman. Freeman plays on towards Halsall. Halsall back this time in the direction of Douglas. He couldn't handle the ball, and Herbert comes in. He shoots it up towards centre forward. It bounces and through. Well, Serafini let it go through then, and that was his second.
Carries the ball over the line and out of bounds.
And we have the score. Preston 6 goals 7, Coburg 4 goals 3. Deep on the forward line for Preston at the Fitzroy Street end of the ground. Now McGaw and Milroy to contest the knockout. McGaw getting the knockout, recovers quickly enough to take it on the rebound with the bounce. Olsen gains possession. Olsen swings the play towards centre forward. It'll bounce through, and it's another goal up to the Bullheads. They move on to 7 goals 7, a total of 49 points on the board for the day as it comes towards McKeon. He can't break away as he goes down to the ground. Hand pass from Herbert, comes out towards Halsall. Halsall now shoots it across towards centre forward, and the mark has been taken right down here by, let's pick him up as he pulls the socks up. Laidler it is, number 11. Had 2 goes at the socks there as he gets ready now to put it through, and a vital goal if he can get it for Coburg. And he's put it through, I think. Yes, it's a goal to Coburg, and that was his second.
And a most questionable decision there. There must have been some infringement there as he goes forward. He'll be looking down there into the direction of the full forward in Hallis, coming out and taking the mark, and there's another questionable decision.
This is ridiculous. How would you like to be paid marks like that, Gary Bryce?
Gore has been paid the mark.
I hope they continue it next week for us.
Here's the replay of it. Have a look at that. It just touched the hands. That's ridiculous.
Anyhow, McGaw's got the ball, and that's all that matters, and the goal umpire doesn't move. Preston have kicked their 8th goal.
But a hand pass comes back here, and eventually it's Preston getting it away towards the wing on the stand side of the ground. Bryan is the player with Van to move in, and Van is the player in the van as he goes upfield, using a lot of pace, passes across this time to McGaw. McGaw with a hand pass to Vincent Tante, and he puts it through for goal. Listen to the Preston supporters as he puts the ball on its way towards the wing. Austin went up, failed to take the mark. Laidler comes through, and Laidler streaking down or running downfield, puts it up towards that forward zone, and Serafini has to be paid the mark if the others will.
He was lackadaisical about that, wasn't he?
Well, I think he saw what happened at the other end twice and said, well, it's got to be mine. Look at this as we see it again. That's more a mark than the other one was. That's his first possession, Serafini. As he puts it on its way, he allowed well for the wind, and I think he's put it.
In today's...
That's Dintinazanti. Asante across the centre half forward. Oh, yes, a bit of a shove there. You saw it clearly on your picture. And although Van has the ball, he's going to have to give it up to his teammate in Hallis. Let's have a look at it again. You'll see it very clearly. Yes, there it was. And so Hallis now has 4 on the board. The opportunity to post his 5th goal. Hallis, one of the star full forwards of the VFA, lines up the big sticks. Umpire moves across, doesn't have to move far. It's a goal to Preston.
Right, Rob, and there we have the scores about to come up. Preston 10-8, now 68, leading Coburg 6-3-39.
Russell Olsen can take a bounce, and he's full of confidence as he goes in towards the centre line there, and he'll be looking for Hallis down there. The flyer, what a magnificent mark. You can mark that one down, I think. 8 minutes into the third quarter, it's Carlafan going over the top of the pack and taking a sensational mark. And looking at what a great mark that was from behind the goals there. He had the sit beautifully, capped it off, and a true reward would be 6 points for what a great effort it was. He has 2 behinds to his name at this stage as he favours the drop punt. The goal umpire moves it across, but it's 4 points. A fitting reward for a great mark by Calavan, the Preston player, and they now move on to 11 goals 10. That total will be 76 to Coburg, 6-5-41. As the ball is thrown in, Austin over the back in front of Dwyer, gets the ball down towards Herbert. Herbert gets around on his left foot. This looks all right. It's a goal. There's the one that Coburg needed, and his 7th goal is on the board.
On the right forward flank position, drives the ball into the forward pocket position. The big men go up. No one can take the mark. Or has the umpire paid the mark? Looks like he has. Yes, it's Hallis, the full forward for Preston, who's got the nod from the umpire. There he goes. Yes, no doubt about that. Under a lot of pressure too. Ian, what's he done today?
Great game at full forward. So far he's kicked 5 goals, 1.
A dynamic full forward. Very strong mark, as you saw, and an accurate kick. Let's see how accurate he is this time. Oh, the umpire doesn't have to move. It's a goal for Hallis and Preston. This is his 17th kick, according to our statistician Ian Gibbs. A long driving one, down to full forward, over the top of the full forward in Serafini. The umpire sees a free kick, and it's going to go to Cleary. Well, there's no doubt about Cleary. He certainly knows how to hand it out, but he knows how to take it too. Cleary has kicked 1 today. And as we said before, certainly one of the personality players of the VFA. 29 years of age and 126 games. He's kicked 225 goals for Coburg, and there's another one for Coburg. And Cleary.
Chown chips in towards his teammate there and puts him under great pressure. Laidler comes out with the ball and goes towards centre-half forward, but Bryan comes in nicely and defends grandly for the Preston side in towards the centre of the ground. Berry overran the ball, but coming out nicely with the ball there is Dintena Sante as he goes towards the forward line looking for Hallis, but there's been a kick downfield. It'll go to Hallis by the look of it. A free kick has been transferred down the field. It will go to one of the Preston players. I'm sure that Hallis would want it. Free kick there against Herbert and transferred down to the full forward in Hallis, who's already kicked 6 goals for his side. So coming up to 28 minutes into this vital third term, Hallis has a chance to put his 7th goal on the board and Preston's 13th. He's kicking into a breeze, but as Phil said earlier on, there's plenty of shoulder down there as he kicked it straight as a die. Goal number 7 to Hallis. Well, they're steady, Preston. They've moved now along to 13 goals, 11, 83, 87 as the electronic scoreboard ticks over, and Coburg have stayed on 10-7, 67.
Mark in this quarter have really lifted their game as he plays it across here towards Herbert. Serafini is now off the ground. And obviously, I'd say injured from what Rob said after the half-time talk. So Herbert now, a long way out from goal, at centre-half forward, puts it on its way. As the siren goes, it's a good floater. And it's through for the minor score, 1 behind, which takes Coburg on to 10 goals 8, 68, and Preston 13, 11, 89.
Well, the major lift came from Cleary. The major lift came from Cleary, who was a great player and has played pretty well all day. I think they've got a slight chance if they go for broke, Coburg. They've got Dwyer in the goal square, run it up with a series of possessions and kick it long into the goal square, hoping that the big fella can take a grab, and I think that's all they can do at the moment is go for broke.
All right, well, you just feel, you know, when Preston get that ball up near their half-forward line, that they're going to convert to goals. They've got these high flyers on the forward line, not only capable of taking the big marks, but very accurate kicks indeed. Ian, let's have a look at the statistics as you see them up until three-quarter time.
Well, that was the first quarter in the game so far where Coburg have outscored Preston. They kicked a total of 4 goals, 5 in that quarter. Preston 3-3. Coburg kick getters, Fitzgerald, he'd be their best player with 20 kicks. Burt 12, Harbertson 11, and Lader 11 kicks and 3 goals has been a handy player, and Cleary 10 kicks. Preston kick getters, Ray Shaw playing a great captain's game with 19 kicks. Kelly 15, Warren 12, and Bryan very strong in defence with 13 kicks. Coburg goal kickers, Herbert 3, Laidler 3, 2 to Cleary and 1 each to Serafini and Freeman. And for Preston, 7 goals, 1 to Hallis. A very accurate full forward is Hallis. McCann 2, 1 each to Olsen, Magor, Dintin Asante and Van.
And we have Preston 13-11, leading Coburg 10 goals, 8.
He's tripped, and umpire Quinn had the whistle in the mouth and didn't play it. Coming in for the Preston side is Olsen, and this time he's going to play it, and I'll say that's poor umpiring. Inconsistent umpiring, if you like. And Quinn's gone whistle happy as the free kick goes to Olsen, and there's a 15-metre penalty. Having a look at this one, a definite trip there to Cleary, and that was missed by the umpire. Olsen puts a spiral punt into the air, 50 metres it's gone, looking for Hallis. He tried to get it through, but it was knocked away by Eade, snapped by Shaw, and there's the difference between the sides for their 14th goal.
Right on top of play here in the final quarter. It's Bryan now in the centre of the ground. He'll be tackled. Dalglish tackled him, but it goes to White. White now lines them up, a long kick downfield, and it'll be through to Preston. They go to 15, the ball downfield.
So going into attack now is Coburg. Preston now across to Kelly. Kelly has the chance to hit a goal for Preston. Does a muck round right through the middle, and that's the sealer, no doubt about that.
There in the last quarter, down they go, and a bit of shepherding allows Dalglish to come in and gain possession. Loses it now to Van. Van will screw it over the top of the shoulder. Now let's see if it's a good screw. No, yes it is. It's gone through for full points.
Of Coburg, but the ball came away towards Warren, it looked like, but the siren's gone. So the final scores in the second semi-final in the VFA: Preston 17-18, 120. Defeated Coburg 10-12, 72.
17-18, 120, defeated Coburg 10 goals, 12, 72. Preston rooms are ready. Sit down to Rob Asprey.
Well, thanks very much, Phil. We're in the Preston rooms now, and just waiting for Ray Shaw to come across to us. Ray walking around congratulating his players at the moment. Well, Ray, congratulations to you. That was a very impressive Preston side we saw today.
Yeah, you know, it was a hard-fought game. You know, the weather made it very hard, you know, the hydration and things like this. But, you know, the boys fought it out very well. You know, the win was probably 2 or 3 goals, but we can improve today. You know, we haven't had a really tough game like that for a long time, but we're going to go on.
You pulled a bit of a surprise on us with David Bryan.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we didn't know about young Bowden. We didn't know how he'd come up, but he had a test this morning and didn't come up, and David said he wanted to play, so we put him in.
The boys are very happy. They deserve to be. You have a week rest. What are you going to do?
I think I'm on the commentary team next week.
Well, how will you train the boys during the week with a rest next Sunday?
We'll try and I'll give my work a bit of a play. We're going down to the Eltham Leisure Centre on Wednesday night for a swim and that, and train Thursday and Friday, and then the following week
How
the
do
same.
you feel about the rest? I guess it's great to go straight into the grand final, isn't it?
Today's effort, you know, if the weather stays like this, it's going to take a lot out of both Coburg and Port. It took a lot out of us today, so they're going to play, you know, the 2 games. So we'll have a rest. I think it's going to do us really good.
Who'd you like to meet in the grand final?
Port or Coburg, I don't care.
I've asked you that before, and every time you evade it.
No, I think, you know, the whole 3 sides are very even. I think, you know, and next week's game should be a real crackerjack game, I believe.
Hallis, very, very good at full forward today, 7 goals.
Shane's been down, and I had a good talk to him during the week. But you know, he's the type of player. He's played very well in big games, and I was a big rap for Shane today.
Right, you came off yourself. Was that just to have a bit of a rest?
No, I got a bit of cramp and I went off, but in the last quarter I felt all right, you know.
I've never seen you playing the role of fullback kicking out. How did that come about?
Oh well, you know, we like to get our game running. It just come about. in some of the first quarters I wasn't getting a kick, so I thought I'd go down there and try to get one.
Righto. Ray Shaw, congratulations. Looking forward to having you on our team next week, and we might even get Gordon Town over now if we could, and have a chat to Gordon Town. Come on over, Gordon. Well, Gordon, congratulations. According to our commentary team, you were the best player out there today, and that's a fine compliment.
Oh, thanks, Ross. Yeah.
Were you pleased with the effort today by the boys?
Top game. Everyone's firing up well together, and we've got one to go.
Yes, well, what are you going to do next Sunday, seeing that you've got the day off?
Don't know yet. I went up to my mate's place up in Wodonga last week,
right,
and watched an Ovens and Murray game, and I think I'll be taking it pretty easy this week.
Right, 28 years of age, had a stint at Collingwood halfway through the year. Any thoughts of maybe going back there next year? What does your future hold?
No, at this stage it looks like I'll be sticking with Preston for a while. The stint in the league was good, but the pressure's a little bit too much for me, you know, training-wise. And
was it a good experience? It must have been very hard going over there at 28 years of age.
Oh, it was. It was very hard. Although the players down there made me welcome. I knew a lot of the blokes down there, which was good. And they made me most welcome, which made it a lot easier. But I think the pressure of going there, training 4 nights a week, it was just a bit too much on my family and work as well. And I felt a lot more comfortable back at Preston. You know, a lot more comradeship really down here, and everything's going well, and just got to keep going one more.
Gordon, you're one of the personality players of the VFA. You've contributed an enormous amount to Preston and also the VFA. How did you feel playing against Harold today, Harold Martin?
Actually, it was very strange. I've had a lot of trouble all this week. You know, playing under Harold for 4 years and knowing Harold so well, it was a pretty strange experience actually. I thought to myself, it'd be a lot better if it wasn't Harold, because I know what he went through last year with us.
Right.
And it was a big disappointment, you know, mainly for us to him, because, you know, him being non-playing coach, and it was very disappointing, but it felt very strange, you know. It was good to beat him. I love beating Coburg, you know, and Harold's opposition now, so, you know, we went out and did our best to play against them, so.
We're getting missiles thrown at us here. Very interesting you talk. I want to ask you about Ray Shaw, because he has done a great job. What's he like as a coach?
Well, to tell you the truth, he's the best coach I've played under.
Really? That's a big compliment.
His training methods are great, because it's an enjoyable thing to go down and train. You know, like years gone by, maybe you think, oh, well, here we go, training again, and you have to go up. But I'm really enjoying this year because of the team itself, and, you know, training so varied, you know, which makes it great.
Well, you've been at Collingwood, as we said, a stint halfway through this year. Ray even told us today on this telecast before we started that, of course, he'd be interested in coaching his old club in the future. Has he got the ingredients, do you think?
Oh, I think he has. Look, there's no, you know, Ray will coach a league team, whether it be next year or years to come. He's definitely league potential.
That's a very fine compliment, and a great game today, Gordon. Thank you very much again, and thanks for speaking to us. All the very best. Well, certainly one of the personality players and one of the star players today, in fact voted by the commentators as the best player afield, Gordon Town. What was that? Oh, the Premier of Victoria. Well, I think we might take a break, and we'll bring John Kane over, who happens to be in here in the Preston rooms. So in a moment, we'll be back here with John Kane. Now, I'm glad we didn't cross about 10 seconds ago, because they were singing the theme song, and they really are excited here, and they have every reason to be, because they have, well, I don't know whether I don't think you are their #1 supporter, are you, John?
#1 ticket holder, and have been this year, yes.
Well, congratulations on that. The Honourable Premier, ladies and gentlemen, John Kane.
Such a great result. Great team effort.
How long have you been a supporter of Preston?
Oh, 20 odd years. I worked in Preston for many years.
Right.
Part of the club, and go down a few Sundays each year and watch the game.
A bit disappointed last year, and you gave the boys a pep talk
113
just
points
now.
last year, I think. Yes, I was here last year.
Right.
And I expect a reverse on this occasion in 2 weeks' time.
Ray Shaw doing a great job with Preston.
The whole team has done a great job. The administration, Oscar Lipson's come back as president. Good administration, good teamwork, good players, and good supporters. Every Sunday down there, the Preston people get there and urge this club on.
John, I have to just bring politics into it for a moment, if I could. What is the future of the VFA and Sunday football?
Well, I think it's got a good future. It has a picnic atmosphere it gives to people on Sunday, something that other football doesn't give on Saturday. And I'm hopeful, talking to Alan Wicks, the president, I believe that the VFA has good general administration. They want Sunday. I think they should have Sunday. And it's their day.
Sunday?
I hope so. It's their day, and it's being supported by the clubs right throughout the competition in both divisions.
John, I have been asked by our sports director Phil Gibbs to thank you for your time today and thank you for your interest in VFA football. Great to speak to you, John.
Good to see Channel 10 interested. I hope it continues to be interested in VFA football too. My regards to Phil.
Good on you. Right. There we are, the Premier of Victoria, John Kane, and so glad that he could join us today, and maybe in 2 weeks' time he'll be here talking to us again at Premiership. All right. Okay, that's the latest from the Preston Rooms. They're very, very happy down here. A rest next Sunday, but in 2 weeks' time they're back in action. Now back to Phil Gibbs. I'll say good afternoon.